There has been such lack of any type of transparency, any type of consistency. The entire community, as she said, they're losing their jobs, they're afraid, they're still sick, they're worried about their children, the future, and it's really frustrating that they can't get answers from agencies that they believe should be there, finding that out for them, whether it be the CDC or the EPA.
Right.
So that really broke my heart to see her interview.
You've been there. You called the whole thing a fiasco and a cover-up. Why?
Because it is, and it's playing out that way. So currently what's happening, to bring everybody up to speed, is now there's another rail car. Apparently they didn't know about it, or somebody covered it up. It was on the manifest. It was not, of a Dow chemical called ethyl hexyl acrylate. And it's a very dangerous compound. So now we've added another chemical to this situation. So that just leads to who knew what, when, where, why, how. Nobody seems to know any of that information. And you also have residents now, dozens of them, whose urine is testing positive for vinyl chloride and benzene, yet the agency said they didn't find anything in their testing.
You know,
this just goes to show you.
Yeah, I interviewed Senator Vance on this show yesterday. And he, too, is like, I asked him, who authorized that burn? Was the EPA involved in authorizing that? Because a local fire commissioner, with all due respect to that man, is not equipped with the information to authorize the burning of 5 train cars full of vinyl chloride. Even he can't get the answer on that. 3 months later, we still don't have clarity.
I know, and that's very concerning, and that's why I say that somebody's lying, or you're just watching a cover-up happen, you know, kind of in real time. For 30 years I've been doing this, and most of these situations you come into, and it's already been ongoing, but somebody concealed it. And so this is concerning because that's a lot of leeway and a lot of power and a lot of authority for state and federal agencies to stand down and allow a railroad who has no business doing a supposed controlled burn. It looks more like an open burn, and I think that's something that's really frightening, that they were in charge.
We also have the EPA ordering Norfolk Southern to conduct tests on the water and soil to see if it's safe. Isn't that asking the company that caused the accident to then test to make sure it's okay after they cleaned up sort of the accident?
Absolutely, and that's not uncommon to see that happening. And it's, you know, it's the fox guarding the hen house, because the EPA, whether federal or state, doesn't want to pay for the cost of testing. And so they'll just push it back on Norfolk Southern. So there's really like no independent testing going on, which is something else that makes that community feel really leery. You're having Norfolk, the very one that derailed, that had the accident, that had these cars on it, that could be hiding information or knowing what's on there and not testing for it.
We actually did have one independent tester who went in and found 9 dioxins in the soil and the water and the furnace filters in some of the houses in East Palestine. That cannot possibly be safe.
No, it's not, and you would expect that to happen in that big toxic plume that we saw blow up. And you could find other chemicals in that house still, you know, in the attic dust where it fell out. But, you know, they're not going to find it if they're not looking for it. And so, like this new rail car that just mysteriously showed up, oh, by the way, oops, we forgot to tell you, that was part of the chemical of what we set on fire, which is the ethyl hexyl acrylate. Nobody's testing for that, but yet now we're finding out 3 months later it in fact is there. So all of these chemicals could still be on the property, in the soil, in the dust, in the attic dust, and in and around. And even today when they go back, they are still complaining, and I think that's the thing that's so frustrating. And Jamie said it herself.
Yeah.
They are sick, but everyone's like going, oh, that's ridiculous. No, you're not.
Erin, I only have a few seconds left, but you are the pioneer of a citizen taking action. That's what you did against PG&E. What would you recommend the residents of East Palestine do now?
They're doing it now. You know, there's a law. Look, there's a lot of litigation that's pending. That's going to take time. But they're doing the right thing. They're staying focused, they're banding together, they're asking questions, and they need to hold that ground until they get some truthful answers so they can better protect and defend their health and welfare. I think this is so unfair, and honestly, I'm going to say it, I think it's shameful how our agencies have handled a train derailment and almost left this community, their children, their future, and their health left to dry. It's a shame.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.